Hello, ladies and Germans. How you all doing? This is KhanUlric.
And I'm Angru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, today we're going to give you all the games in the EuroCup tournament, well, the recent EuroCup tournament finals. Rank's going to tell you about that in a second, but we're here on show. Rank, how about you tell us about the players, about this tournament? What do we have?
Well, our two finalists for the EuroCup on the left-hand side, once again, we have ourselves YueJin.
Boo!
The Polish Armored Division. And on the right-hand side in red, we have ourselves Gonzo as the Rintown Division. So this EuroCup tournament was set up pretty much last weekend, February 8th to pretty much February 11th, pretty much for the European players, hosted by Chicken-Do, and we've seen Chicken-Do quite a few times in our previous cast, I believe. And yeah, pretty standard 40-minute conquest matches. I think the semi-finals and finals were best out of threes. And we're going to be seeing a best out of three. So buckle in, buddies, because this will probably be a bit of a long video. But nonetheless, on this match show, rather big, open, and we got two pretty decent armor divisions. Rather surprised for seeing Rintown. They're probably the worst Axis armor division, really, in my personal opinion. But we'll see how it goes. It's definitely going to be a bit tough in that town in the early A phase, as, you know, you only get like 4 pentagrams for Rintown, and, you know, not great for the CQC capability.
Oh, very true, and I guess I'm a little bit concerned right now for the Germans, because the Germans are only mounting, really, a handful of units. I'm actually going to get started right now. Oh, okay, Storch is coming on in. That's really strange to see a Storch, but, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing too surprising in the breakouts early on. I think I'm really kind of terrified what happens with this P3. If the P3 takes a strong position, he can completely dominate that north, but there's a 6-pounder, we have a Stewart that can shift up there. I mean, it doesn't look particularly good.
Yeah, P3s aren't really great. Yes, it has veterancy and like, decent armor and gun, but it's just a little bit pricey, I'd say, and especially when flying Stewart and whatnot, it can be a wee bit difficult, but hopefully he can position himself right and try to knock out that 6-pounder. That Storch is probably going to help out quite a bit.
Yeah, actually, if we switch over to his line of sight right about now, he knows where the anti-tank gun is. That will allow him to be a little more reactive, yes.
And having a, A-phase recon plane, even though it's not a great card efficiency rise, just there's no area you really have to worry about, and being able to spot and kill is pretty useful, I'd have to say.
Sounds about right. I was going to say, I thought we were going to see a couple of Staghounds. One of them got dropped in favor of that Stewart. And the Stewart's going to start putting fire on the half-track, but I can't help but feel that right now the Germans might be able to push this northern flank with ease.
If they can knock out that 6-pounder, and they have the fire support vehicles to do that with the IG-18 half-track and the 232, they can definitely try and make a breakthrough up north. And taking a look at the town, it's pretty blue over here. I think that's a good idea from Gonzo, not even trying to attack it, as he just can't out-infantry the pose on A-phase as a German armored division. And just, you know, slight defenses in mid. Nothing.
I do like what he is doing here, though. We'll probably the 6-pounder engaging up to the north, so we'll take a look at that. But comments down to the south. I do like the maneuver to bring in at least a little bit of extra. Oops, Spalling driver wounded. That veteran C is going to go down.
Yeah.
But at least bringing in a half-track to keep things at arm's length, to kind of, you know, suppress anybody who might be trying to come out of that village.
Yeah, it's good. It's also just the one down south. Yeah, because this is also pretty much generating, you know, map control on that southern flank pretty easily. And yeah, those half-tracks are great. You pretty much use them in place of your MG42 squad, but fortunately you have a bit of armor.
So the 232 down to the north, by the way, does go down. We're going to see a Cromwell 5 coming in as well, which makes me a little bit terrified.
Yeah.
Because I would say that severely outguns the P3. The veterancy, even, is not quite a full matchup, but it's still close enough in my mind.
Yeah, it's actually pretty close, because the Cromwell is pretty lightly armored. But nonetheless, you know, I just give it to the slightly larger tank, and it's a really good play with the 6-pounder from YueJin. He took a few shots of it, Yen pulled it out the hedgerow, not keeping it in the air too long to potentially get anti-tank gunned.
I do like also the maneuver up here, though, with that Pack 38. Kuba will disappear, and... Okay, I thought he was going to take a shot at that Stewart somehow, but no, he's going after that universal carrier.
And once again, Gonzo, he sees everything. He knows his Cromwell's coming up. He has adequate time to react, and just this extra time and information is really helping him out quite a bit from a player's perspective. Just looking at it, yep, he sees everything.
That is true. 6-pounder is going to go down, I imagine.
Yep.
Pretty close.
Oh, is it? Come on. No.
Okay, well, that's a shame. That is a shame. Down to the south, that single squad of P-Grants is getting pushed back and shoved around. That's not too surprising there. And there is third one's on the field, and a Flampanzer coming down to the south. I like that decision.
He knocked out the stack count down south too with the pack gun. So as a Piat, yeah, or 2 Piat Dragoon squads, but Piats. So maybe his Flampanzer can just come in and you know
them better.
Hot. You know, get the dance floor rolling.
There's now a Cromwell 6 up here too, so the Cromwell went down to the north. The Cromwell is gone.
Oh,
I looked away at the wrong second, so I missed a stack on to the south and the Cromwell to the north. That's huge.
That's huge.
6-pounder's gone. Gonzo's got the entire north under his control. There's a 6-pounder coming in right about now, but that may not be enough.
Yeah, we do have that Cromwell Mark 6, which is the long-range one. Not going to be too great as he's worrying about armor. And once again, I really think his Storch has really paid out for Gonzo this match.
Flampanzer is dead.
Ah, come on. A P actually hit it. Come on.
To be fair, he was like 50 meters away.
Okay, it probably like hit it directly, just run up to it and chucked it inside.
Exactly. It was kind of like, you know what? Try throwing arm. It is 52-48, so bizarrely enough, YueJin is not generating points right now.
No, it's really just Gonzo really sacrificed the town, and that is hurting him map prize, as you can just see from the minimap itself. And he's gonna have a hard time exerting pressure throughout the rest of A phase because he can't fight in that town effectively in CQC combat. It's just not gonna work unless you get a Panzerwerfer, but you know.
But at the same time, though, can you really blame him? Because I can. I feel like he had to do that.
He had to do that. As definitely a risk that or a loss that he had to take, and he just needs to really push heavy on his north and middle section, and he's doing that. But it's just he is on the plus run right now, so it is going to be tilting back into his favor again, and yeah, I think he is going to be able to make some progress on this northern flank.
And that's good because he's bringing his last squad of infantry down to the south.
Oh yeah,
There's the 4th squad coming in now. He's beating up a lot of the anti-tank, and with the Martyr coming into the north, he is definitely saying this north is mine.
Yeah, and that Martyr pretty much outranges what the Poes can get in A phase. The Poes have no 1.2 kilometer anti-tank options.
True.
So that's going to help out quite a bit.
Internal fragments on the Steward, and I think this pack's going to take that out.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oof.
Come on, don't play with my heart. One more shot. Jeez. Never mind.
No. Maybe the Panzer Grenadiers, get a Panzer... No, it's not. At least the Stuart is completely out of ammo.
True.
So it's not going to be good until he can actually get a supply truck, so it's pretty much out for the count for quite a while.
So, Staghound coming in from the western flank, there goes the Pack 38, and another Panther M from the east. I'm not sure I really like him investing as much as he is into this armored vehicles, but he is pressing the flanks rather well.
Gonzo with the Panzer IIIs?
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, the Panzer IIIs aren't like the greatest. Maybe another Mortar 3, if he could afford it. Even if we even had enough run in his deck in A phase.
Yeah.
But he's really just using it to try and contain this middle. And honestly, looking at it, it's not a terrible choice, as sure it is pretty much combat and efficient. And it can deal with the stack hounds, just due to the veterancy and better stats, essentially.
Another Flampanzer coming on in, and I'm taking a look. I can never remember that the Piat. Yeah, okay, so there's another 50 meters range on the Flampanzer over the Piat.
Yep.
So if you can get that perfectly.
Exactly, that's exactly what you can do with the Flampanzer. We both know, Khan, it's much fun just to fast move it through a town and just see how far you can go.
Running the gauntlet?
Yep,
oh yeah.
Just run the gauntlet, just flames left and right. You run down, you just drive down the road, you hold down the trigger of the flamethrower, and you just light every building on fire.
We are going to see, by the way, there's 232s out of ammo. Another stack onto the center. Oh my god, there's actually a very big concentration of armor, I mean, for Phase A. In that center, it's got me a little bit concerned for the German kind of conditions here.
Well, to be fair, the Stuart's out of ammo, the Sandhound doesn't match up, and the Cromwell Mark 6, the Cromwell Mark 6 can't exactly kill anything.
That is fair. That is fair.
It really, YueJin's very... He's really playing on a reactionary here. He's losing a lot of territory all around. Here comes that Storch, and that's really going to force YueJin to spend points on anti-air, because if he just lets that fly around really nilly, it's not going to be great. And even then, he could easily kill it. You just buy a Hurricane. It was like 110 points. Cheap as chips. There you go.
Stuart's down, but the enemy, like you just pointed out, that thing was practically combat ineffective anyway.
Yeah.
The Flampanzer is down as well. Yep, Flampanzer's down.
Not again. Not again. Well, the good thing is that even though he's not doing great in the town, he's really taking progress up north.
Yes, really he is. 61-39.
Exactly how he should be playing this. Exactly.
Well, it's kind of funny, too, because you were making the comment that the 116th is probably the weakest of the German mechanized divisions.
Yeah, in terms of armor assets, it's just...
Well, even Phase A. Their Phase A is pretty weak.
Yeah, it's just when you're like using Panzer Freezer in this weird middle ground where they can kind of like deal Stuarts pretty efficiently, but they're not as cost efficient as Stuarts and not as good.
P3's dead.
Yeah, go. How did that Piat hit first? That must be like some magnets on that Piat, right? Yeah.
Well, it's kind of amusing to me at the same time. There was this martyr who came down, took one shot, and put internal fragments into the Staghounds. Now, if you're any sort of Polish vehicle, it does not look good for you any single time.
It does not look good for you at all, and the Mortar 3 is continuing to rain down shots all over the bloody place. And they're on B phase, we are seeing Achilles Mark II being brought out immediately. And once again, Gonzo and the Swords just spotting everything.
Well, and a third Flampanzer coming on out. Nothing really happening just yet with that. But there's a lot of anti-tank in that town. I do not want to be aggressive there.
Yeah. Third time's a charm, Khan. Third time's a charm.
You know, actually, I'm not going to make that comment. Staghound has finally died, and this Panzer III will be engaging to take a side shot from the Stuart.
Yeah. And this is just really
Kill it! Kill him now! Sorry, continue.
This is just really good, that's really good play overall. It's just whether you're going to be able to hold it in B phase, because in Polish, the B phase, you know, you can start getting Achilles, you can start getting, like, you can get a Firefly or two, but mainly you can get better tanks, and with the Achilles, with their long-range capabilities, the Panzer IIIs are buggered, and it's kind of even between them and the Mortar.
Okay, so what does the Vintuant do, though?
They got Panzer IVs in B phase, and this is one of the main things that I don't really like about Rintown. Is like you only get Panzer IVs in B. You don't get like you could play like Troth, for example, and get like Tiger. I really think having a Tiger and Panther in B phase is pretty useful for a lot of German armored divisions. You can kind of get away with it with 9th because they're just so cost efficient with the Panzer IVs. But with Rintown, you're not as cost efficient with Panzer IVs. You can't buy one per minute.
True.
So it's pretty hard to keep that pressure on in B phase, and then everything unravels. And then you hope you get to C phase, so you could maybe afford a Panther. But even then, the Panthers are really expensive.
I guess I'm really kind of stunned that this infantry was so effectively used. I was really, really waiting for this to be just crumble at first impact.
For Gonzo?
Yeah. Yeah,
he's been very passive with them, keeping them at range. In the open field up north, they're definitely going to fare much better because of MG42s. And in town, he just didn't balls to the rule. He just kept them rather back, and he's keeping the Flampanzer back now. He's definitely learned his lesson. But he's still now starting to make a bit of progress.
Well, and that Flampanzer's just slowly moving on in. He's got to know that's the anti-tank there.
Yeah.
And he's using the P-Guns exactly how he should be. Masking the approach to the vehicles. The vehicle is literally a fire point, no pun intended.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Oh yeah, there we go. We're seeing the flames finally, and burn, baby, burn.
But he's got to watch out. Here comes a Piat coming out of the direction for that Flampanzer. But no, he forces them back. Okay.
Phew, okay. Thank God the Piat actually didn't hit something for once.
True. They've
I
had
can't believe I actually had to say that in that sort of manner in this match. The Piats have been on point so far.
Achilles is taking out another P3. Pack 40 in the center part of the field, and there's Martyr getting forced back by the Achilles and the Cromwell. But there's been an awful lot of damage here. I mean, Gonzo is up almost 1,000 tickets.
Yeah, he is really good. Just early game aggression. He's still in the +2 right now, and he's starting to lose a bit of initiative up north. But still, that's just a lot of points. That's going to take YueJin quite a bit to come back from that, essentially.
True, and we have a Jagdpanzer coming in as well. That Phase B Jagdpanzer is a beautiful piece of machinery.
That kind of evens out the Panther thing. I do take what I said back a bit, because Jagdpanzer, you know, it's pretty well armored essentially, and it can fight out Achilles very efficiently.
I kind of wish this Pack 40 was a teensy bit more accurate, but that's fine.
He's just very scared. I think I may want to just GTFO.
Well, and he will happily do that, it looks like. Question is whether or not he is able to do so. So where's that Jagdpanzer redeploying? Okay, up behind the Pack 40. And the town that we thought pretty much lost has fallen pretty much back into German hands.
Yeah, and this is just, he rated to B phase so we can get some more Panzergrens. And like you said, he uses fire support vehicles in the literal fire support role very efficiently. And this just capturing the town, that's going to be a real nice chunk of land. He's going to be able to pretty much smash in that Boge, and just good pressure all around from Gonzo.
I'm a little bit amused that this 232, the support 232, has 40 rounds of machine gun ammo, and then he'd be completely Winchester.
Yeah, that's a good problem to have.
That's true. It means being very, very efficient with your ammunition.
Yeah, and the Flampanzer coming in, I gotta get some more burns out. Some sick burns.
Disco Inferno, indeed.
Yeah, it's gonna be dropping some of my mixtape on those Dragoonies, right? Yeah.
that is some hot beats right there.
Yeah. It's pretty lit, fam.
And please get that pin. Get that pin. No, not gonna get the pin, but you know what? There's an awful lot of anti-tank right there. But the 250 is gonna do an awful lot of good damage.
Oh,
in this pack,
free flank.
I was just gonna say that. You beautiful. There goes the Flampanzer, but you know what? That's fine. That Panzer III has him completely terrified. He sees everything.
Oh
my gosh. He could shoot up this entire column. Where's that Jagdpanzer? Jagdpanzer is engaging. Okay, Jagdpanzer. I thought the Jagdpanzer might have been engaging that Achilles, but not quite yet.
Holy, yeah, Panzer free flank. If he just gets a little bit closer, you know, he could just shut off the entire force, right? Yeah, jeez.
Well, and this is when you take the Panzerwaffe and you just shell the town. You close the bulge and you can just force them all to surrender.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a Firefly to the southwest, so you might not see that Panzer III for long.
Oh yeah, you can actually see the Panzer III, I think, and yeah, he's shooting at it. So.
Well, then a Command Cromwell as well, so that Panzer III's got to back off.
Yeah, I'd try to run into that orchard and just hope for the best.
I think I might go behind that tree line and try to pop out as he comes down the road.
Yeah, good point, good point.
Jagdpanzer in the meantime, well, he's asserting himself. He's not gotten a lot of damage done just yet, but that Achilles out of HE. But who cares?
Yeah.
A TD out of HE is nothing.
With that tank, it doesn't really have much high explosive ammo.
Boo. I am surprised to see we are going to see MGs coming in from Gonzo.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't usually...
You don't ever really see MGs by anybody.
Yeah, especially for like a German armor division, and especially for a German armor division that has very limited infantry slots. I mean, I just take cards of Pioneers over MG42s, because why have MG42s when you got half-tracks up the Razoo?
Town's gonna fall Streltsky, and we have one of those like command groups just yet. He's out of range. Okay, that's a pin, so there's no AT besides the actual AFVs here.
Yep.
That is huge.
And damn, he just encircled that town essentially with that Panzer III and the spies. That was good play. Just good play.
And there's the pies you were looking for.
Yep, good old Pioneers. Always reliable, always useful in every situation unless there's a tank.
And even then,
unless there's a light armored tank.
So there's a Hurricane up to the north, but there's an ME-109 is gonna take out that Hurricane pretty easily, I imagine. Yep, he's smoking, and he's got him.
Gonna be protecting that Storch as it does its rounds. And really, MVP of the Storch, I'd have to say, at match.
True.
I mean, me and Khan did recon planes quite a lot, but when used efficiently, and you're willing to take that card slot inefficiency, you know, getting a recon plane to the fighters, it can work. And I think YueJin really should have tried killing that recon plane sooner and just got a hurricane on the field. Because even after it killed that recon plane, it could have strafed the light armor, and hurricanes are great at strafing.
Very, very true.
Yeah. And
now, interestingly, I think we're going to see a tap out in a second, which is really kind of surprising. I understand why, but I guess I'm surprised to see that YueJin doesn't really play it further out, you know?
I say if you're gonna do, personally, I'd say if you're gonna do like a best of 3, and if you kind of like, he's at like what, a 1,400 point disadvantage, I just kind of hope for the next match to be a bit better and just get through it. But nonetheless,
True.
Yeah, it's a match.
And any standouts really is one Panzer III that looked like a god. Oh. And yeah, he looked like a god. He looked like a god. He didn't really take a whole lot out, but he just one Stuart, one Staghound. That's it.
Yeah. Lots of carriers.
Indeed. Indeed.
Lots of carriers. But just good play overall, yeah, from Gonzo in general. Just solid.
Exactly. Exactly. So let's not tarry too much in this match. Let's get to the next one, all right?
Okay.
Sounds about good. Folks, we'll see you in a second. And folks, we're back. Here is the next game in our best of 3 between YueJin and Gonzo. This is Comment les Avant, is it not, Rang?
Oui, monsieur.
Indeed, indeed. So tell us again, so who are the combatants here? It's not, I'm not seeing any polls. There's no more doggies here, I don't think.
No, we've got 2 completely new divisions. We have YueJin representing 2nd Infantry and Gonzo as the 9th Armoured. So, Infantry and Armoured, we got 2 pretty solid divisions overall. And just looking at deployments, we got a lot of infantry up north from YueJin. I'm guessing he's going to play heavy for that force. You know, just try to Ranger assault it and use that as a base of operations to attack up north. And we seen, okay, we got like a Panzer II, some infantry, and a Mortar 3, and a 258 backing up. So
and it's not just a Panzer II; it's a Panzer II Lux.
Panzer II Lux. Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
It's getting
and another Storch.
Oh.
So Gonzo, I get the feeling we're going to see a quick fighter plane coming out here for YueJin though.
Yeah, hopefully YueJin learned from the previous match that you don't want to keep that recon plane out and about.
I'm not sure I really like seeing so many armored vehicles up to the north. I think I would prefer to see them to the south. This force, like you said, is going to be 2nd Infantry. There's not a doubt in my mind.
And once 2nd Infantry can get, you know, 57 mils and 76 mils in that forest, they're just going to be able to exert so much control over this whole northern section of the map. And considering A phase, you don't really get any CQC infantry for 9th Panzer. Or maybe it's a Pioneers, we'll see, but it's going to be a bit difficult nonetheless, fighting over that forest.
And in the same token as you saw last time, whoa, a 76 millimeter got pulled out already. I'm surprised by that.
Oh.
That seems an awful heavy investment.
Yeah, definitely is at 100 points. I'm guessing he's expecting some tank play down south, but no, Gonzo's is very defensive on his southern approach, and even the mid too, really just leaving a big open gap here. And it's just going to come down to, can he take the north? And looking from his point of view, he can't see the infantry in the forest, so he probably knows that, yeah, but he can't see them at the moment.
That is true, and yikes, using the squad of infantry already to that anti-tank gun is not someplace you want to start.
Yeah, and this is a really big choke point here for Gonzo to run himself into. You got the Ranger Marauders, and he's going to be able to pop out Panzer II Lukes if it gets a bit too close. And the Ranger Assaults are already in the forest. And once again, Panzergrens versus Rangers, just no.
Not even fair.
Not even a fair fight. One side got flamethrowers, the other side's got... Well, okay, he can actually bring flamethrowers in the terms of vehicles.
And that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah. Which is pretty good play, I'd say. If he can just rush it up and try to knock out the 6-pounder and whatnot. But just once again, pretty choke pointy up north.
2 questions. First of all, we're going to see actually a double D Sherman coming on in. Do you like seeing this M3 command car so far back?
it's weird. If it was with artillery, and yeah, but I'm guessing he has it just in case he was expecting Gonzo to do some crazy Panzer II, Panzer Run rush right through the middle of the map. And I have seen that happen a few times.
Really? Okay.
And it works rather well.
Hmm.
Not as good as a full-on half-track rush or 2-2-2-2-2-1 rush, but
2-2-2-2-2-1.
2-2-1. You throw in some 2-2-3s as well.
I just wasn't sure if you suddenly had a stutter or a stroke. I was like, stop the cast! Stop the cast!
I'm not too sure.
Oh.
All Panzergrens, as you can see, first plane.
Youch.
Not good. And honestly, I wouldn't even send any more Panzergrens in it unless he was going to get some artillery. But yeah, hopefully a Flam Panzer. No, the Flam Panzer's not going to do anything because it's a 6-pounders, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You know what? I never really have gone in to see the little surrendering icons of all those little guys kneeling down the road. That's oddly terrifying. There goes the P2.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a courtesy of the Sherman? No, it wasn't courtesy of the Sherman.
57.
No, 57 mil didn't fire.
Yeah. You didn't?
Nope.
Range of mortar?
Oh, no, wrong 57. Never mind.
Yeah.
The one in the forest, one doing the whole Robin Hood thing.
Yeah. And without Panzer II down, I mean, they got the Mortar 3 here, which is going to engage the Sherman, but at that range, the Sherman has a pretty good chance of killing it.
Well, and sprinting up that M3 command car, that's a great call now.
Yeah, that's the extra casualties going to help out quite a bit. And yeah, this is just really good for YueJin. He has forest control. He's exerting pressure from it by getting AT guns onto the other side to just pretty much stop that choke point of forces. And yeah, this is pretty good overall. That forest is a really big component of this map.
Flam Panzer has gone down. Second DD tank comes on in, and some more recon. You can't help but wonder if YueJin is playing rather conservatively because of his actions last game.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's seen this. I think he's really just trying to focus on plugging up his northern assault right now before trying to commit his forces down south. I mean, he's getting that Sherman down south, so he's definitely gonna move up the rifles and range and mortars to try to make some ground. But he has the forest, and that's just such a huge advantage for him at the moment.
This is such a sneaky 57 mil, by the way, too.
I know. He managed to get his ray all the way through. He's protected by strong American GIs, and pretty much from that position, Gonzo ain't going to be able to bring up any more reinforcements, especially the 2-star 57.
Well, it's very Stonewall Jackson of him, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Panzergrens might get a Faust off. Faust! There we go. There goes.
Oh, that was a big kill we had.
Yes, very much so.
I pretty much cut off the Americans for now from supply. Well, they were bringing up.
It slows them down. Like I say, it's gonna. Yeah, because the P-Grunts have just lost another one of their number over on the eastern side as well. Gonzo is just not able to move these guys back, bringing in that mortar half-track to do something about it. Still not enough.
Another flamethrower half-track. Once again, Gonzo, he likes his recon planes. He likes his flamethrower half-tracks.
Apparently what he doesn't like is putting his recon units down to the south in some place will do him much good. That P1 is hiding literally right next to trees.
But at the same time, it's a vehicle, you can't exactly hide it for recon purposes.
True. Feels very Pentagon Wars, though, for a second.
We need portholes, goddammit.
So our guys need to stick our guns out and shoot people!
What are we, the Navy?
Hey, can we get this thing to... Can we make this amphibious? No.
If you haven't seen that movie, watch it on YouTube.
Dark humor, but at the same time, it is perfect. It tells you all about the way that the industrial complex works for the military.
Yeah.
Flam Panzer made it an end run, went right by all of the GIs and the anti-tank gun, and lived to tell the tale. I don't know if that he's now feels like a man, or what the deal is here.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, the Rangers don't have much in terms of anti-tank
Zook.
unless it's a range of Marauder.
Zook.
Which manages to get the Zook off. And the Panzergrens are still there, and they're going to be able to exert pressure. There's no real armor he has to worry about for now.
True, and he's finally got this 57mm caught out, and no one else is close enough to see him, so he's going to get some nice uninterrupted attention on it. Never mind, these guys are going to go down now. Pinter two ways.
Just come in.
Yeah, he screwed 8 ways to Sunday.
Yeah, but he's that 2-star more the half track is going to help a lot in dealing with that forest. As you can see, getting some good suppression hits, but it's still going to be hard to clear out the Ranger assaults.
You know, I am surprised we have... Ooh, wow, that was a lucky mortar shot right there, and exchanging the crew for that was almost worth it. I am surprised we haven't really seen that many in the way of Pentagon de Fueros. We have one up to the north, and that's really been it. I don't really recall seeing that many in the last game at all.
Yeah, I'm understandable for in-town. There's very limited infantry slots. I don't even really take Pentagon Fueros in A phase for Rind. But for Gonzo, yeah, he just has that run up north, and down south it's really just basic defenses of MG42 pack gun combo.
Well, and Martyr 3, by the way, does take out that Sherman's wheels. First he damages the tracks, now he's destroyed them, and then he starts throwing it rounds to either side.
Yeah, I don't think that Sherman's going to get out, and knocking out both Shermans is really going to relieve some pressure from Gonzo. It's a real pain in the arse in A phase against the, when fighting against 2nd Infantry. Because they're really good tanks.
True.
Solid tanks.
True. Very, very true.
Yeah,
mortar coming to the north for the Americans. Germans bringing on up some Lukes to the north, and other Lukes to the south. He's going all in on these. What's that? That's gonna be what? Those are 2-to-card, 3-to-card? I can never remember. Ooh, and his dude takes out the charging half track. What's that?
It's a good amount, but hopefully he can get Lukey and make a good push somewhere.
Well, he'll stay up all night to get Lukey.
Yeah, and he knocked out all the major armor threats, which is good. So the Lukes are gonna have free reign for the next 30 seconds or so, really.
Well, an M7 is coming on in, and that 76mm is still on the field. So I don't know how much they're really going to be able to get done.
Good point, and there is no mortar down south, so that 76 can definitely stop any pushes, unless he was to rush his Luxes and get the good suppression, because you can do that with the current state of anti-tank guns, or the previous state, because this video should be uploaded right as the new patch and DLC comes out, so...
True.
This gameplay is a little bit outdated. Hopefully light vehicles aren't as tanky in the patch right now. And when I mean patch right now, I mean the patch that you're watching it, not the patch that we're watching this back in the past. This is some real crazy time travel stuff. I'm still trying to get my head around it.
But yeah, you know, if I watched Doctor Who, I imagine it'd be a lot more engaged with that one, but that I totally understand what you mean. So we are to phase B now, like you said. Only a few seconds, barely though, and we're not seeing an immediate rush or any kind of vehicles coming out for the Americans, just some more infantry and co. Germans, same time, 3 more squads by themselves, and that mortar half track is actually redeploying to the south. He knows he needs to have it down there.
It really seems like our Gonzo wants to make his big push, as up north hasn't really worked all too well. The Panzergrens are about to get surrendered, essentially, behind enemy lines, and pretty much there goes his entire defensive line. Really thanks to the 60mm mortars, those things are absolute champs when it comes to infantry fighting. So, I think his southern assault's gonna work well. He's bringing up infantry up north. I swear to God, there better be pioneers. They better
1
be
star?
pioneers.
I think that would be them.
I
think so.
I would think so too, because if he can get the pioneers in the forest, he's gonna have a pretty good time.
True. In the meantime, though, Gonzo is, like you said, pretty much donezo to the north. But down to the south, he's trying to show signs of life, but we're going to see another DD tank coming on in. So that's going to be pretty devastating.
Yeah, well, for now, we got a Panzer IV-J, or H in this case, from Gonzo.
Oh, there we
go.
go.
He does have better anti-tank capabilities of dealing with the DDs.
The problem with that, though, is that those anti-tank weaponry is still in the area, and is actually starting to shell those poor P2s. M7, in the meantime, drives back that P2. And that thing is terrifying.
Yeah. And the mortar, as you can see, just rapid machine gun fire shots. Stunning up the AT gun, now stunning up the Ranger Marauders.
Shooting his own men.
Yeah. Just a little bit of friendly fire, you know.
What's friendly fire between friends?
Yeah. It's friendly fire. Best friendly fire.
Ooh, now the Lukes is going to be... He's not going to... Okay, no. He's shooting for that GMC and blowing that up. That's actually, again, another big loss. It never seems like a whole lot to lose a single squad of infantry, but when it's inside a truck, it doesn't even get a chance to fire. That's a big pick.
It's just also, like, personally, because, you know, sometimes you get a Fautjäger squad out, you know, they're running up to the front line in their car, and then they get shot at by some bloody 6-pounder. It's
True.
Just, even though it's not like a huge loss, it's only like 45 points compared to, like, losing a tank. It's just... It
frustrating.
Hurts, man. It hurts.
So by the way, yes, they're all 3 squads of Pyos up north, and just bundle grenades going all over the place.
Yeah.
These Ranger Assaults are also out of flames, so the fire and flames are not going to be happening anymore.
No, you know, he really needs to deal with that 60mm mortar, because that's really the major issue right now for his Pioneers up north. And the Panzer II Luke is not going to be lukey, as the 76mm is pretty much going to destroy it.
True. True. But we might see the Americans begin to fold here in the center part of the map. Pioneer's going to toss out some big booms at these rifles in the trees across the road.
Yeah.
And... boom anytime, boys. He's not close enough.
No, they're not close enough. But you can shoot their big-ass MG40 34 machine guns, so they got that going for them.
True. True. And in this case, bigger is certainly better. P2 Luke's gets taken out by the DD to the south. There is a 4th DD to the north, and you never quite appreciate how much armor support Indian Head has until you face it.
No, Indian Head is almost an armored division, really, because you got the Wolverines, you got the DDs, you got the Rhinos, and you have a pretty good amount of tanks, just numbers-wise. And
True.
Shermans, you know, extremely reliable, pretty damn good tanks in this game. So even though you don't get Fireflies or anything like super big, it's still pretty good, considering it's an infantry division. I mean, look at 716, for example, and the tanks they get. Yeah, if you call 1940s French tanks. Well, we could call them tanks, but not good tanks.
I'm pretty sure what most of the Allied division calls them is targets, but that's fair enough. There is
a good way of putting it.
Quite a collection of troops up here to the north, though, for YueJin, and is that another... Okay. Ranger Assaults, he should still have a couple more.
Yeah, he should at least have maybe one more. Or maybe he only took 1 card's worth, so he only has 3. But nonetheless, he can still just rifle spam into the forest. And with the 60mm mortars with 2-star veterancy, once they see the Pioneers and pin them down, they're just going to get mortared.
Very true. Oh, and they almost got that grenade off. In fact, that's... Ooh, and that's a big surrender right there.
Panzer Grenadier Führer was closer, he could have stopped you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so even though he has the Pioneers, it's just not going to be enough just manpower-wise in that northern assault. YueJin is really taking a big chunk of map here, essentially. And down south, Gonzo is making headway, but he isn't a +1 to be fair. But I feel like he needs to be a bit more faster and really try to knock out this entire center, because that would really give him a huge advantage, even if he was to completely lose north.
Storch is now fallen. That brave soul is now dead, but the 76mm is gone as well, so... Again, this could be big. Gonzo's got 2 P4s to the south. Yeah. He's going to lose a Pack 40 in the center part of the map, and that's a kind of a silly pickup.
Yeah. Is this the Flood Fan Panzer?
Second one of this map.
Second, okay. Once again, he likes the Slam Panzers. Maybe he can save the Pack 40?
If he gets super lucky, I think it's more the mortar half-track saving him more than anything else. He's going to nuke his own guys.
Oh, there we go. Right in the nick of time, yeah.
Well, the M7's going to go down as well. It's getting shot out. There we go. That's a big pickup. We might even see if they can pick up this rifle leader. Might be flirting with a +2.
Yeah, that's going to be... Yeah, if he can knock out that rifle leader, it's pretty much going to be running into the open any minute now. And, you know, should be able to just kill it with Pioneers, essentially. That's going to be a huge access. And we can put our Pack 40 back in our forest. If it survives, he's going to be able to cut off the center part of the map for now. And just look at all this ground that Gonzo's taken. And YueJin is only responding with a single anti-tank gun, which is, I don't think is going to be enough.
Well, even if it's a 76mm, certainly. I sincerely doubt it's going to be, yeah.
It's a...
I think it's a 57mm.
No, it's a 76.
It's 76?
Yeah, it's 76.
Ooh, okay.
But even then, there's 2 Panzer IVs, and it's not really super long range, so the Panzer IVs Even if one goes down, the other one will
Flampanzer's
be able
dead.
to avenge.
I don't get why he continues to do this.
Well,
It frustrates me quite a bit because he throws away several hundred points of equipment by being super aggressive, which I appreciate, but far too aggressive.
yeah, I'm not happy when a Flampanzer dies. Yeah, I'm very biased towards Flampanzers to begin with.
Oh wow, so you do like something over on the German side. I'm always confused.
I like a lot of German things, Khan.
Oh yeah.
Fun, you know,
Cars, women.
The Flampanzer just really lights something in my heart, you know?
Beers. Oh, I'm not even gonna laugh at that one anymore. Alright, never mind, I will. Some more German aircraft coming on out. Me-109 making a rocket run does decently well, but these Panzergrenadier Führers are not gonna be able to hold off all of this infantry by themselves.
Yeah, and it's just, he has managed to make really good headway down south now. He has 76 mm and M4A1 Sherman, but 2 Panther 4s, 1 Sherman. Well, 1 Sherman managed to get an engine destroyed, and the Panther 4's going to return in kind by mission, and his buddy goes down right in front of him. That's not good.
Okay, good. Crew wounded. Okay, get one more shot off. You're probably still going to die anyway, but you might as well try.
I think he might get the kill.
Falling! Yes! Ammo storage hit, but there's a 76 mils now going to start to engage. And he just barely doesn't see. Another Panzer 4J, H, excuse me, coming in.
He's using a lot of these H models instead of a J's.
Aren't they slightly cheaper, about 10 or 20 points cheaper? I can never remember.
Yeah, but the main yeah, exactly. But the main thing about the J's is that you can buy 1 per minute.
True.
But at the same time, slower turret rotation speed doesn't sound like a big deal. But when, you know, fighting in hedgerow hell, which is where Panzer IVs exceed in, not having that turret speed definitely hurts a lot when fighting against Shermans.
Well, and unfortunately, this Focke-Wulf, by the way, doesn't quite make it down to pick off that anti-tank gun. So both Panzer IVs are down, which means that's a huge chunk of Gonzo's troops that just can't hold anything anymore. Yep. And look at his line. There's like nothing here.
It's very faded. At this point, he's lost a lot of units, and down south, because he's pushed so far, YueJin has a much faster supply line compared to Gonzo. So he's going to get his infantry on the front. His Panzergrens are essentially buggered, and his Panzer IV is just not going to come in time essentially, and YueJin is going to be able to get the initiative down south, especially with 2-star M10.
Yeah, is that coming in? That's to the north, isn't it? Oh no, it's coming more. Okay.
That's gonna be a pain.
To say the least. Yikes.
Yeah, not really good at all. We got some more pioneers, I hope to God.
2 stars? Yeah, it's phase C, so that's going to
It's because it's 0 and then 1 and 2 star for 9th, which is a real nice star progression. Damn, that Messerschmitt completely missed at 76.
Yeah, I was about to say, ended up choking a little bit on my drink over here, but, yikes. That's how bad that rocket run was.
×2?
I'm sorry?
Want to take it ×2? ×2 speed.
Ah, okay, yep, at 35, okay.
Sure. And,
3, 2, go.
And, yeah, pretty much... It's really not looking good for Gonzo at all. He's just lost a lot of units. C phase is where
a second really kicks into power.
Yeah, really gets good, and he just has the armor advantage, killing that Panzer IV. The Pioneer's going to come in up north, but it's flamethrower troops, there's mortars, it's even at that 2-star veterancy.
Well, and the Ranger supports too, for that matter.
And range is... Yeah.
They're not terrible, but at least they're not... I mean, they're not wonderful, but they're not terrible, I guess.
Yeah, it's just if they can get long range hits in. And yeah, 60 mils, as you can see, stuns up, and they just get easy surrenders essentially.
I am a little bit amused that this Martyr 3 at the north has been around since the word go.
Yeah, he's used quite a bit of ammunition considering killed another DD essentially, and that's keeping his tanks alive. And we do have a Tiger. It's 2-star, not a Rittman, yo.
Gabby.
But, oh, Gabby! There we go. Will Gabby kill the Focke-Wulf menace?
Yeah, okay. Focke-Wulf's gonna fall back. He's gonna get on the tail and then just shoot him to shreds. Oh no, he's falling away. Oh, another airplane coming on in.
Yeah.
And the Me-109 finally making up for his former mistake.
Oh, Gabby's gonna be chasing the meta.
Yeah, he's gonna get a couple of bursts off. I don't think he's gonna take them out.
No,
Nah.
not even gonna risk it for the biscuit.
Okay, so that Tiger comes out. Does that basically mean that Gonzo's kind of throwing in the towel here? He's just trying to play for space?
It's definitely a big point investment, but up north with no actual infantry or recon, and now being smoked completely, it's he's gonna kill his Wolverine really, but it's just not gonna be able to make too much headway, as you know he can't move unsupported, and just look at that smoke roll that was popped down.
Yeah.
That was good, and look, the Tiger moves up. And the smoke
just keeps moving along.
It's like a red carpet, but right, and you can't see through it.
Oh, yeah. Pack 40's down the middle part of the field. Mortar half-track finally getting resupplied. But as much as we see smoke being used on one side, Germans are not really as keen on that device, which is a little strange.
No. It's just, really lost a lot of momentum down south in this assault. And, he's just not going to be able to break through that northern choke point. It's really hard to attack up north from Gonzo's side, because it's not just you have to break through and capture the forest, but you also have that defensive line past the forest along the road, and that's tough to deal with unless you like fully push through, and that's tough to do.
Yep, that is certainly true.
This smoke is just on point. It's completely negating that Tiger's usefulness at all.
New Panther 4 down to the south, by the way. Comes in, takes 2 shots, takes internal fragments, and dies. Next guy coming right back in there, too. He's going to get pinged up by that Wolverine.
That's just the life of Panther 4.
Yeah, it is, which is kind of depressing.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you use a 1936 era tank and try to upgun it. Or try to make it right for modern war.
Up everything it?
Up everything it. You know, something sloped armor.
Seems about right. 53-47 though, looks like minor victory's going to be coming over here to YueJin, but you know what? On this map, minor victory is all that he needs. Martyr 3 to the north finally went down, I think courtesy of that Wolverine.
And this will be taking us to a actual best of 3. So,
yeah, kind of weird. We never really seem to see those these days, don't we?
We don't. It's especially during the Paradox tournament. It's mostly just best of 2s all the time. So actually seeing a full-on best of 3, and especially for the finals, I can definitely approve. Yeah,
that is true. Gabreski back in here, image storage hit, and there goes the Tiger. So yep, this has been patently over now for quite a bit of time. Although the point end score again is not going to be quite as huge as you might have expected.
No, it's pretty close. I think Gonzo managed to get a really good lead in that southern assault, but it just faltered, and now, as you can see, YueJin is making headway all over. Panther 4s ain't going to be enough, and that's going to be a good game.
Here's the question, alright. So, while we start looking through history and kills and all that kind of material, are you calling it early storage in the third game or no?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I'm just for the sake of
argument,
like, consistency.
Okay,
I want to say there's going to be another storage, but I guess we'll have to see in match number 3, eh?
Indeed, indeed. What a lyrical poet you are, sir.
Yep, and go over to match 3.
Yeah, sounds good. Folks, we'll see you in match 3. Be right back. Hey, folks, we're back, and it looks like Rang called it. There is that storage. Man. All right, so we're already getting started here, folks, so let's go very, very quickly what's going on with this. So this is, of course, which map there, Rang?
Carpiquet Duelist. YueJin's playing second French, and Gonzo is playing the Panzer.
Indeed, indeed. So, wide open spaces, of course. Are we going to expect to see the French be very aggressive? I mean, the early breakout kind of suggests that they will not.
Got 2 M10 Wolverines at the start, and on such an open map like this, on early phase against Panzer, I think YueJin's going to have a real fun time, as there's really not much Panzer can do to stop Wolverines in A phase on a map like this. So, good luck, Gonzo. Good luck.
He does have that Puma, that's it.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's got to be peeing himself. He knows that that tank up north is something else. Oh, jeez, yeah.
At least he can see him with the Storch. That's pretty important, right? Yeah. He knows the breakup of YueJin's forces.
Well, and he's doubling down with that Kubelwagen, and again, bring a second AT gun to the north. You got the MG42 as well. And So we've seen a fair bit of machine guns coming out from Gonzo. Has he been playing too defensive with that?
I think up north, I think for A phase Panzer there, like it's just Gonzo's real strategy for the past few matches have been just defend one flank kind of lightly and then push heavy on the other flank. And MG42, pretty good defensive unit just because of the range and, you know, I mean, ask American soldiers in Omaha Beach about the defensive properties of an MG42. And
Hitler's buzzsaw.
Yeah, just especially for Panzerle, he's going to be trying to make something happen down south. He's making a pretty decent push, but it's just how is he going to deal with the Wolverine? He has no artillery, no long-range AT, no cover. It's just not looking good, but fortunately YueJin is being pretty defensive with said Wolverine.
Which is strange, too, when you think about it, because, again, the French have to be aggressive consistently.
Yep, especially in A phase. You know, he's going to be knocking out Pack 38 slowly, and then once he deals with that, hopefully he'll move up and try to deal with the Puma, because if he kills the Puma, his push is pretty much done.
Wait, they got a new weapon? Those guys over there, the Blues have themselves a new weapon? What does it look like?
Huh?
Not a red versus blue? Okay, never mind. A long time ago. I was gonna go the whole Puma thing. Died. I apologize.
Oh, but dude, it looks more like a Warthog.
Hey, what's the thing down in Mexico? The trooper thingy? The trooper copper, sir. Yeah, what about that? Alright, Wolverine. Okay, bad jokes aside, bad references aside, Wolverine is definitely imposing his will down here to the south. And I kind of feel bad because that Pack 38 could have had a couple of shots as it backed away initially, but he tunneled so much in trying to get to those trees.
Yeah, those trees is just going to be like the bare minimum of cover for now, and any cover for the Puma is going to be good cover. And yeah, Gonzo is surprisingly making pretty decent headway down south, considering all this Wolverine has to do is just position himself to kill the Puma, and he can see it right now, but he just needs to stop and shoot.
That is true. We're actually going to see some Stewards coming in as well, command Stewards at that, so it's going to be hideous for the embattled Germans.
Especially up north, because finally YueJin realized there's not really much here to stop me. Is that Puma being brought in, and it's a bit more cover in CQC, so hopefully some good Puma play can save Gonzo for the next 6 minutes. And the MG42 is doing a pretty good job pinning down the infantry. The pack gun's going to be shooting the half tracks, but once again, what do you do against the Wolverine? Not much. Not much.
It's about as much as you can do with a BA in English, I'll tell you that much. But Panzer River coming down to the south, though, so we're going to see, I pretty much guarantee we're going to see the entire hangar section right by the 60 mil stovepipe and the Wolverine. That's going to get pounded flat, I imagine.
Yeah, Panzer River is probably a pretty good counter against the Wolverine, I'd have to say. Probably the best thing he can bring up in A phase for Panzer to help him out. But once again, if it's northern flank Foge, it's not going to be great. And the Puma is in range to shoot the Wolverine. Holy crap, can he kill it?
No, the Wolverine's not even engaging him either.
No, he's shooting the one up north.
I know, but that Wolverine's not even engaging him yet. Yeah. He's just disregarding him. Now watch, one shot kill. Oh, okay.
Nope, nope, misses. I kind of give this to the Puma. It does have the veterancy.
It doesn't have the accuracy, though.
Doesn't have the accuracy. Yeah.
Pack 38 might be engaging this command Stewart. Internal fire.
Damn, good hit.
Very good hit. Now the question is, can he capitalize on this? And the answer to that is no, he cannot. He's losing all of his Pack 38 super quickly. That mortar fire has been heavy and has been accurate.
Yeah, and just he's whittling down Gonzo extremely quickly, as you can see. Unfortunately, the Wolverine up north is not going to be able to kill that Puma, as it does slowly back away. And if you take a look at the Warthog down south, it is going to be engaged in the Stuart.
Warthog? Was that intentional?
Oh, maybe.
Okay. Stuart is, yeah, like you said, going to be engaged, but again, there's also that M8 coming on in that kind of, that's a weird kind of upgun Greyhound, isn't it? Staghound. Greyhound. Staghound.
It's just a regular Greyhound, just not Recon.
Interesting. I just saw the RBFM.
Oh, it's French. It's just a weird name.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah, they just do weird names for stuff, you know. Yeah.
Well, you know, Liberty, Galatea, and all that kind of stuff like that, too. Do we see any kills up top? No, everyone's still pretty much alive, which is shocking to me in every sense of the word.
Yeah, YueJin is definitely...
Aiming.
He
Panzer IV, look to the south, look to the south!
Oh.
Look for the Wolverines. So this would be the perfect time to do it. Suppress the Wolverine and then try to blow it to pieces with that anti-tank gun. No, don't shoot the Stewart! Shoot the scary thing!
The Puma kills the Greyhound.
It does.
The Puma can kill the Stewart and the Wolverine. Boom.
That's asking an awful lot of it, though.
He just needs to move. He has the veterancy. Will the Puma be able to play?
You mean other than dead?
Yeah.
Oh, that's one!
Oh! Can he? He's not going to get the Wolverine, I think.
Well, he's not aggressing at all.
Yeah. Which, mate, you know, Panzer, if you're not aggressive in A phase, Panzer can't fault you. It's Panzer A phase.
True.
It's literally the worst A phase of any division.
Including Vintuant?
Yeah, in Rintown actually at least gets like cheapest tanks and stuff. But Panzer it's just Pumas. And Gonzo has been really good for his Pumas and pretty lucky at the same time. This is right, it's not completely collapsing.
Well, it's also then the fact too that there's really not been that much in the way of infantry anti-tank. We have one squad of Voltigeur, and that's it.
Yeah, and we got like an AT gun being brought in down south to try and deal with the Puma. But once again, like YueJin, he really needs to be much more aggressive in this A phase. He doesn't even have any points to his name, and he can, if he just, you know, attack the Pumas aggressively or the Wolverines, you know, just don't move in infantry over an open field and just use his long range advantage. He can just really go to town.
Indeed, that's definitely true, and I am surprised. It's been almost un-YueJin like play for all three of these games.
Yeah, it's been pretty well. The second match is pretty offensive, capping the forest, but
you know, initially, but after that, he just
it's a bit more of attrition.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's really weird just being so defensive as the French armored.
Stagon, by the way, does go down in the north. And what else do we have here? No, it's just engaging. Okay.
But once again, like the Wolverine up north, he is backing it off. Okay, he doesn't have HE to deal with the Pag 38, to be fair, but he could just move up, shoot the Puma, and get the kill, and then just using the mortar to kill the Pag 38.
Well, and that's what he had been doing for quite a bit of time. Now, the problem with that, at least from my perspective, is that he tries to get that mortar anywhere close. Yeah, he might be able to take out that Puma. He might be able to take out the Puma, but he's going to lose everything.
Wait, the mortar killing the... Wait.
Okay, so he moves mortar up, starts shelling the Pack 38.
Yeah.
I get that.
He doesn't need to move it up, he can shoot it from here.
Good
It's
point.
81.
Yeah, good. Oh, 81 mil, that's why.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 60.
It's a big bada boom. It's medium bada boom.
He's also out of ammo on it too, though.
Oh, that's oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm kind of make a mortar, not so mortar. It's maybe he doesn't have a phase supply trucks. Which is always a risky thing to run, but
especially since you are very indirect fire heavy in the early part for this, yeah.
Yeah, and fortunately Gonzo is going to be able to make it out of A phase on the plus, essentially, which is pretty good. And look, we got the 2-star Tiger coming out already.
Jeez.
And once again, it's no Rittman, but Wolverines, what are you going to do now, bud? And fighting against the French late game is great for Gonzo, as it is the tables turn. The French can only bring 13 AP weapons in the terms of Wolverines, and Gonzo can just bring out Panthers and Tigers, and if he's crazy enough, the King Tiger. What are you gonna do about
Well, no bears, so
no grumbling bears, unfortunately.
Oh my.
Oh my. Oh my.
But
still,
yes, go ahead.
It's heavy armor on this map is really going to work for Gonzo now in his favor. He's going to be able to pretty much clear this whole like middle section of the airfield.
Yeah, that's true. And wait, who's he firing? Okay, he's looking to take out that Wolverine again. It's another Panzer for barrage coming out of the M10. And that's fair, but I feel like He's not pressing any kind of momentary advantage he keeps getting to the hilt. He gets a little bit, then he retreats.
I think he's just being defensive as Pangela. He's just right into a C phase where he has a 35 income advantage to really make the play. And hopefully with his Tiger...
Weapons jam!
How the hell did he manage to get so close to the Puma first off?
And because it was falling backward from the Panzerwerfer barrage. And this guy... Okay, and let's be fair. The Puma is zippy-dippy fast. It's 95 kilometers an hour on the roads.
Yeah, which is the smoke
obscene.
Yeah, it's a fast little bugger. But you can't shoot out of it shotgun style, which kind of sucks.
True. And you miss that tri-barrel machine gun in the back sometimes too.
I know, and well, I prefer Gauss cannon personally.
Yeah, but you gotta take that technology away from the Covenant first. If Wolverine does go down,
goddamn alien scum.
No healing factor is gonna do anything for that.
But nonetheless, it's like this is a real good mop up here from Gonzo, killing the 81mm mortar in the mid, and like, what are you gonna do against a Tiger?
Pray.
Yeah, pray. I mean, even if he brings Wolverine Jet, which is only AC weapon, but he can get 76mm Shermans, to be fair. But even then, it's pretty even between them and the Tiger.
But look at the amount of armor on the field. So there's 2 Shermans, 2 Wolverines against 2 Pumas and a Tiger. I'd still, as much as it grieves me to say it, I would totally pick the Allied armor every day of the week and twice on Saturday. That just the numbers matter too much.
But I'd usually say yes, but just because how open this map is, I just think the Krupp Steel technology is really going to help out a lot. You know, at the same time, up north, because there's not really much in terms of defense up north, I think YueJin can be able to actually press an offensive here with his 2-star, because the Puma ain't going to be enough against that 2-star Sherman, as well as a Wolverine backing up. And the Puma does go down in mid, so maybe Gonzo can make something happen with the Tiger in the middle. Doesn't have much in the way of recon or stuff, which
really anything.
Yeah, really anything. But still, it's better to rush over a completely open field, and rush into a city. To be fair.
That is accurate. At the same time, when a Bousier takes out your lighter vehicles, that's still pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
Pack 40 is going to go and get into this fight. He's going to try to engage, I think, that Wolverine. Beautiful shot.
Damn. Just really good Puma play in this match. It's really been...
Oh, no, that was a Pack 40.
Oh, okay, yeah. Bugger.
But there still has been great Puma play, too. Unfortunately, the last one does go down. Bombs away on the Pack 40. That's going to kill it, probably.
Yeah. Bish, bash, boom.
Yep.
And look, so northern flank is completely gone, and the Tiger is nowhere to... It's not in the right position, and he is now going to be repositioning it, try and stop that northern aggression. And yeah, it's really kind of the fault of Panzerlair that, you know, he really... Tiger's great because it can kill everything, but it can only be in one place at one time.
Yep. And now I'd say there are almost more vehicles on the map for the Allies than there are German troops.
Yeah. I mean, you got a Wolverine now being brought into mid, which is going to battle out Tiger. Oh, look! Hey! It's a 2-star Panther!
To the north. There we go.
There we go. So, he's really banking heavy on his heavy tanks. And, like, on this map, I think it's a pretty good idea. Also, if you look at it, the French don't have much in terms of handheld infantry, anti-tank weaponry. So, it's not going to be too risky bringing out Panther completely unsupported.
Well, again, it's kind of strange. I always kind of figured that the French should have more anti-tank than the Voltigeur. But,
Bro, he can get sapeurs, which are fantastic units, but he just does not choose to pick any. Yeah. He's just using up his Nreve and A-phase Voltigeurs for now. So maybe it's a very A-phase heavy infantry deck, and really skipping out on the sapeurs, which is a bit of a shame because sapeurs are great.
True. So here's the question, though. He's moving that Panther on in. Is he just going to end up screwing himself over? Because I kind of feel that's going to happen here.
I don't know. There's no real anti-tank here to stop him. Just as long as he doesn't, like, rush through. he can just shoot all the infantry out in the open and the half tracks. I'm a bit more concerned for the Sherman and Tiger dancing around in the hangars, because
Wheels damaged.
yeah,
He's not even shooting back. He's not gonna get a chance to shoot back. Fire faster!
The Tiger really got caught here with its pants down.
Yes, it did, and the driver's been wounded.
Panzergren rushing up, but not gonna be able to get close enough, and boom, pinned down. And fortunately, the Tiger is going to be able to retreat to safety at least, but the Sherman is hot on its tail.
Dubious safety.
Yeah, yeah. But this is that was very risky moving the Tiger. Yeah, once again, TQC Tiger not too great, and I think the Sherman's going to kill it, and that's going to be a huge loss to Gonzo.
No, I think he's more concerned at the moment. Oh, wait a second.
Oh.
Aligning. Will the stars align? Probably not.
No.
I was wrong.
Oh!
I was wrong. Piper shot from what? About 300 yards, 600 yards, 500 yards?
That was pretty lucky considering the morale damage on that BEF Tiger. But
yeah.
I guess that's what you pay the veteran chief for.
But we are going to see that Wolverine will engage now, and he's definitely within armor pen range.
Oh, and yeah, down goes the Tiger. That's a big loss, but we are going to be reaching C phase in 2 minutes, and that's when the Panzer Leg can start singing the Panzer Song.
You know what? I want you to sing that song at some point.
I don't know the lyrics, they're in German.
Pretty sure most of them don't know the lyrics either, but you know what? They still did it in the Battle of the Bulge movie. Panther leading a one-man charge. It's Piper, must be like Piper himself here.
Yeah, that's risky considering what happened last time with the Tiger. But
yeah.
And look, he has his BO3 units. They actually have bazookas, and starting to flank in. So really, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing this.
Okay, so he wounded the driver, and he realizes, oh wait, there's a bunch of guys all around me. Here comes a surrender. Forced surrender.
Surrenders on Rave?
No. Yep, he is.
No, he is.
Yes,
no.
he is. Yes,
That's
he is.
Dirty. Yeah, I love it. That is gonna be dirty, people.
That's retarded. That is beyond. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay, good. Yep. That was not.
I take a screenshot of that. That's pretty much the story of this entire game so far. The lone. Jeez.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Azus, Beezus, Caesus, and Jesus. All of them.
Yeah, just. That's how you use air power, right? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Just who needs anti-tank guns when you got bloody Spitfires?
Well, this Panzerwaffe might be a little bit annoyed. Oh no, he's reloading. I thought he was actually taking a shot at this Wolverine, but nope, not happening.
So if you look at the mini-map, it's like a few red dots, and then you got this one outlier, because this Panda Grenadier is managing to get behind enemy lines. Not really doing anything yet, but I guess they're just enjoying the French countryside.
That's certainly one way to put it, I'm sure.
Yeah, and well, there's not really much he can do. The Panzergren, if he moves it, it'll probably get spotted by incoming units and then bombed the bitch.
And we have 5 now. Do you want to go to +2 at 35?
Yep.
2, go.
Go.
Alright, so this is a +3 over here for YueJin, and, well, the Germans are up to their Phase C, but it doesn't look like their Phase C tricks are going to be doing them any favors.
Yeah. And it's a shame that Gonzo lost to his tanks, because he really needed the Gipios alive to get him, like, safely to C phase. Even though, you know, he managed to make it C phase with not a huge point disadvantage, he just does not have any momentum map rise. Oh, god damn, he's not get. No!
Königstiger.
No! You buy
he knows it's over at this point, he's just screwing.
You buy a Panther, you get some Panzergren, you push combined arms style. There's literally no reason you need to get a King Tiger against the French. They can't even bring up a 17-pounder.
Frankly, there's not really any reason to bring a Königstiger ever in this game.
Fair, that's a good point too, especially in a 1v1. Like I think it's a beautiful piece of machinery. I mean,
mechanically broken as all hell, but still a beautiful piece of machinery.
I mean, look, it's it's big, aesthetically nice. We'll use it in Road of Tanks once in a while, but it's just that was not the calling, my dude. But at the same time, playing Panzerlair in a 1v1 is always extremely hard to do. It's really hard. If you're playing 1v1, I'd highly recommend.
Crew knocked out. Okay, 1 kill. You slightly redeemed yourself despite the fact that your crew is so green that you got yourself knocked out in 1 shot.
So yeah. But,
bombs. And here comes the kills. Nope.
Not be able to get the surrender, fortunately, because he's not behind enemy lines. But
2 shots, 2 kills.
Okay, he's killing stuff at least.
Yeah, but it's like putting your finger in a dam.
It's more like a fist at this point with the King Tiger.
Except
it's not going to be enough.
That's not going in the dam though.
Bro, damn it.
Was it a Flak 88 down to the south? Yeah, it was a Flak 88 gets brought on in and immediately gets shot up. Oh man, it's depressing.
These are not the unit call-ins you need to be getting. And look, I think he's just messing us this time. He's got a pouncer up north. He's rushing the King Tiger into very dangerous range without Sherman. It's very dangerous. I mean, that Sherman, well... Oh look, he's gonna Panzer for a little bit.
For 3 rockets. Now it's literally tanks at 20 paces.
Yeah. And I think the Sherman could actually kill it at that range for sure. But actually, it'd be really tough still. But
oh, I'm going all in to watch this.
Yeah. This is some real like.
This is like chess, where the winner. Falling back, he's dead.
I was thinking more Benny Hill, but.
Oh, you were giving it a little bit less gravity than I was.
The King Tiger almost gets suppressed, yeah, and you're just gonna be going for the Sherman once again. Gets the surrender, not even gonna be racing his, German armor piercing, goes through 10 buildings and kill T-34 88mm shot here.
Well, it continues to amuse me. He's got 5 HE on that thing. I mean, it seems obscene, and it is. He just points that gun at something and he shoots and he pretty much kills it every single time. Yeah. That being said, this only works when it's, about 8 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's just like... At least he didn't get the B-Phase King Tiger. We gotta give him that at least, because that is literally one of the worst call-ins you can pick for Panzerlair.
If I have to say, at least he didn't pick up a heavier tank earlier, that still sends a wrong message to me.
Yeah, but I just think 1v1 Panzerlair, even though he was doing really well and started brought it back, he could only afford to get the heavy tanks, and you need fire support with heavy tanks because you just get Spitfire bombed.
True.
And I have to admit, those Spitfires really saved YueJin that match, as they've been on point with suppressing the tanks and buying him time. And even though his King Tiger is pretty much unkillable, it's not going to be able to do too much damage in the grand scheme of things, so it's not a big deal. You're actually seeing a bit of ground being taken down south.
Well, we're having 2 P4s coming up to the north as well.
Okay, yeah.
Tracks and wheels damage, so that Sherman, the Bouzier, might go down.
That's definitely a better call. Getting some, just some proper medium tanks out. But, bit too little too late. YueJin has such a huge point advantage.
I said watch him miss. Watch them miss.
Yeah.
And then 2 Pumas. Oh, yeah, 2, actually ungunned Pumas.
Yeah. It's like a Warthog, but without any guns on the back. It's just a cargo capacity run.
How would we call it an Ocelot? It's kind of like a tiny Puma.
Fair point.
And this Voltigeur might just go and take out this entire attack by himself.
No,
hopped in and out, internal fire, zooked the other one. Oh, mother of...
It's out of jeez.
Now he is, yeah. But you know what? When your 30-point squad, not even, takes out, what, 240 points worth of your enemies, armored vehicles? That's
Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good.
That's obscene. That's not even good. That's just obscene. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
And the Sapura takes down the other one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and YueJin knows that this is over. He can just drop units no matter where he wants to now.
He could go to a toilet and come back and probably still win.
Well, we do have 3 of those beautiful 15 mil anti-air half tracks coming on in.
Oh, I love those things.
Yeah, they don't really see the light of day because, well, the Panzer Laser usually is dead by now.
Yeah, and it's just...
And I'm amused by the fact that right now Gonzo is having a +2.
Yeah, it's not gonna be enough, especially if only 6 minutes on the match really. But yeah, YueJin is gonna be taking this essentially and winning the EuroCup finals.
Yeah, what is he winning out of this, by the way? Does anyone out there know?
I think it's just for fun, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure. There's no like challenge bracket thing, unfortunately. It's all set up on Discord and
Aha.
have access to the Discord. So anyway, he wins.
Quite significantly, for that matter, too.
Yeah, and there's pretty good raid to come out at the end of the match. I mean,
Koenigstiga has now died.
Did it die to a side shot?
Yep.
Or...
Yep. From it goes like a 38-degree angle. So to the Panther.
Oh yeah.
And the great Gonzo says, "Good luck."
Game. And pretty close in kills.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if we look at the history tab, it's just...
No, it's very streaky.
Yeah, early on, well, at the same time, the French units are much cheaper compared to losing, like, a Tiger.
Or a Koenigstiga, for example. Yeah.
Yeah, and towards the end, it's just... Okay, you're correct. It is very streaky back and forth throughout the entirety of the match. Just, you know, I guess losing that King Tiger definitely didn't do him any favours. And the Panfrey right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Point rise. You know, gotta have that KD ratio.
Well, to be fair, at the same time, we do have to recognize the Panther play was pretty good. If it maybe didn't get huge amounts of kills, but at the same time, was able to delay and stave off the inevitable.
Yeah. I just think, like, he got the Tiger down south, intending to push, but he didn't have enough units to push fast enough. And what happened is the push up north happened, and he did not have any point to deal with it. So he just saved up for Panther and hoped Jack would plug it up. So he just spent all this time in B phase saving for heavy tanks and had no support. And then he got wiped out by fire support from the French.
That sounds about right. Yeah. So we are going to see YueJin continue his streak of victory. And anything else? Any last words? Any words of congratulations for our victor?
No, it's just very solid tournament play.
Indeed.
To be honest, and it's nice seeing a lot of different divisions being played. I like
exactly. I completely agree with you on that one as well. But folks, that's going to do it for us today. Keep an eye out for later this week. There is talk of a Steel Division League, and I think we're going to have some great content coming your way from that, aren't we, Rang?
And if you're watching this video, because it should be up on Tuesday, I hope you guys are enjoying the new DLC, because it's pretty fucking great. That
is for damn sure. But alright, that's going to do it for me. How about you?
I'm good.
Fantastic, folks. This is KhanUlric.
I'm Rangaroo. Take it easy.